Okay. What was the most fun you've had in the last couple of years? Yeah. What was something that you just laughed at recently?
Actually, it was last week.
What were you doing?
I was teaching kids,
Yes?
and we're practicing for
Yes.
the open day.
Oh,
And they
yes,
put together
yes.
a fight routine.
Oh, absolutely. And
And
they had fun?
hilarious. They had the most fun.
They had the most fun. Did you have the most fun?
Yeah.
Excellent, good. And so it's just the gesture. Now in this instance I've done it a little bit very specifically with the 2-finger type arrangement. Good. So how much fun were they having? Okay. And what was the feeling inside you?
Joy.
Excellent, joy. Okay. And so what would happen if you multiplied that by 10? Okay, good. Okay. So we've got this rather subdued way of doing things, but we can look around the room. Good. Good. Back with us. And there it is. Good. It's all that's required. Okay, so that facial response is there. And it's just simple outside awareness. Just boom. Good. Yep, there it is. Good. It's that twitch that goes with it. Good. And so we now have that we can absolutely. So, for example, we might be talking about something that's less than enjoyable. Okay, less than enjoyable. We notice, a state starts to wind down. We're starting to recognise that there might be an issue or a pain or a problem that's coming up into play. Oh, that's. And so we can interfere with it and collapse it or break it very, very quickly. And of course, when someone hands that belt across to you, do they hand the belt across to you or do they tie the belt onto you? Hand it. Good. What's the feeling that you have in your body when they hand it across to you? Yeah, that's pretty good. What's the personal sensation that you have when they hand it across? Yeah, good. So we've got the structure set in. In other words, for me, it was always, wow, I can do it. There's also usually another component in me that goes, how the hell did that happen? Okay, now, see, we've got that laughter. Okay, so we go, how the hell did that happen? And we can run this one now, because we're now starting to stack anchors. Regardless, there's that sense of pride that comes with that. Yep.
Is there an area outside their vision that they don't see you? Is that like, or it just happens?
Just doesn't really matter. If it's inside their foveal vision, it's going to be distracting. Yeah. They're going to go, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Or if it's just a gesture outside in peripheral, no question. Yeah, and so we could look at, so there are just, ever got to a point where you've just gone, oh, I'm over it. Just forget it, it's gone. Yeah, and what's the feeling or the sensation in your body when you just go, oh, forget it? Yeah, you've just given up on something.
A mixture of things like relief and...
That's it, okay. What else? Relief and...
I guess feeling tired.
So just, I'm over.
Stop fighting.
Stop fighting, yeah, that's it, good. Okay, so how old were you when you discovered that Santa Claus wasn't real? 23. Okay.
How long did I pretend that he was still real so I still got the present?
Good, okay, good. Got it. Good. And that's the mechanics of it. And so, we could be, tell us about that problem. Good. The fight's over. Come on, it's a real problem.
That's because you threw it out.
Yeah, it's just in the bin.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So why are you here? Why are you here? Oh, that's a problem. Okay. what you really need to be talking about is just how much fun you can have. Okay. You're going to start to figure out your own repertoire. Okay. Is this absolutely true for everybody? And the answer is no, you'll figure out your own way of doing things. Personally, I run a good hand and a bad hand. And that's my rationale for that is for keeping things consistent, for keeping things just, because if you have to figure out a new way of doing things for everybody, your brain will explode. No, not really. It just becomes, whereas if you just know, there's that, okay, that's the problem, okay. And in time, you might go, so, what's the problem? Oh, in other words, it might be a very specific gesture that you might use. Okay, or you could go, and it might be, specifically, what was that? Oh, it was that, okay, good. So, is that really true? And so what's happening? At the moment they start thinking about the problem, laughter comes into play. What happens to the emotional issue? Okay, so we're going, huh? What are we doing? Collapsing anchors. That's all it is.
So it could be all over before you get to any therapy.
Oh, damn.
Sounds so
There you go, make that all
Could be all over before I even get to therapy.
You mean I've then got to come up with a half an hour of small talk?
Exactly.
Yes.
A whole hour of chit-chat. Story.
Richard Bandler describes a very odd situation where someone is terrified of closed spaces and heights. And he said, absolutely fine. And he said, look, meet me at this particular building. And he did, sat in the foyer for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, took them up into the elevator to the top of the floor to get them to lean over like the 40th floor of this building. And the guy goes, oh, wow, that's spectacular. As they were coming down in the thing, he wrote as in points, it's like for $5,000. And the guy said, wow, that's really expensive. And he said, do you want me to put it back? Okay. So my suggestion might be get paid on the result, not necessarily the time.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a results-based therapy. And if by the time you understand you're getting to bailout points all the way through the thing, in other words, the problem may be resolved, the very nature of the questioning is drilling down into detail, which, by the way, that sounds like a meta model, okay, the meta model question, which can destroy the actual neurology that holds the problem together. So we might be using elements of Milton model, we might be doing collapsing of anchors, which may get rid of the thing before we've even got anywhere near time or strategies or relationships or swish patterns or the actual therapy or the hypnosis, the more formal hypnosis. It may have already been gone. So your mechanics are going to be, and your exercise is going to be,